I have no words to describe that humiliation I've had to witness. What's up, guys? This is Blueberry19, and excuse the light in the background. That's my little lamp that I would use to spread light in this area right here, which is the left for me, I guess. But not about that matters now. So I wanted to do a teaser for this on a video I was gonna do later, because as context shows, there's one more thing I need to complete this video, but who knows, I may have another reason to do another video, because this, I know I usually do videos on weird things that just come up, but since it's anime, this is new, and it's probably new for this case, I'm just gonna let it slide here. Guys, when I tell you I have a headache about this topic, oh my god. So an anime that recently came out that I posted on my Instagram about is called Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, which I looked upon it before someone came up. I thought, I guess it's an ecchi, so I'm like, maybe I won't watch it. But when I heard hammers in the mix, I was like, well shoot, weeaboo, that's all you have to say. That's a thing. You know why I said that instead. And to be fair, that's not the only thing I'm watching this summer. Like, I'm watching Ozaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, and I tried to watch episode 2 of Rent a Girlfriend, which arguably is more messed up than Philosopher's Time, because, I mean, at least that's what I thought before. God, I hate this show. Oh, I don't know what to say. Let it be known that I don't have a thing against ecchi anime or harems in general. In fact, I love harem animes. I've seen many in my time. I've seen Infinite Stratos, which was lewd. I've seen Love Timer, which is my favorite. I have seen... I can't think of another one. Hold up, I got my trusty anime list or whatnot. I think there was a show called Naki Emo or something. I never got... Oh wait, no. Neon Core, that one is good. That one is good and funny. Like, basically, I like harem animes because of a few things. Characters, the comedy, and just the overall mystery. Like, I guess like Naki Emo, which is a looted one, warning to y'all guys. It has a little mystery to a certain thing that would not be comfortable to, I guess say it. Sorry about that. Basically, in that show, it's about trying to find out who the sister is, because we all know it'd be weird if the main character married his sister. And it's said that he can marry anybody, but as long as it's not a sister, it's all good. And I thought I knew who it was, but yeah. But that's kind of why I like it, because it adds the mystery to him. I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm like, hey, it's comical, it's pretty cool and stuff. And I'm more intrigued on wondering who's the sister, and that's more interesting than you know, because I feel like people consider harems like cringy or bad or generic or something like that. I don't care. I think it's fun because more characters and stuff like that. I gotta take a breath or something. But that's not what we're talking about. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time is about a man who, after seeing the first episode twice, I'm just gonna get out the context of what I saw. He defeats what I assume is the most powerful creature in the world, because he becomes the strongest man in the world, right? So then, when he gets the title, his guild buddies, who are ogre girls, which I wish I had an image of, because upon hearing that, I guess, or as they've already known from the time being, how do I put this gently for YouTube standards, I guess? Because he's the strongest man in the world, they want to do the deed with him. Take a guess what that means. And I was honestly surprised when I heard upon this. But you want to know why? Wait, I said there were two ogres, right? The first one came upon like, will you spare me some of your what's a good, let me say, tenderloins? I don't care. I'm not making stuff up now. Yeah. But then the second one, who's more bold and I want to say decent than the other one. I only know the short one's named Mimi. She has the pigtails, but let's just say she's more revealing than her sister, who reminds me of Centauria because when it comes to being, I guess, heated, I want to say she's timid, more calm about that. Like she's calm, but she's honest. Like that one. It's like that one person. I'm not doing examples today. Right. No. But yeah, the only reason they want to do the deal with him is to have strong children, strong offspring, if you will. And that makes no sense. I think half of you people may be like, yeah, that makes no sense. Why? That's wrong. Please agree with me, because I'm going to go on heavily about this. But I guess for a show like this, it's supposed to be funny. But you want to know why it's not funny to me? It's because of the context. Let's guess. I guess before episode 2, he's basically engaged to this girl he's been dating for months, and she's purer than anybody in the show. And somehow, I think that's a good thing. Let's just say that. But also, I used to have a question about something about her, but yeah, man. If I feel like I'm gonna mess the name up and just say Luvilia. Yes, Luvilia Senpai. That's it. That's his engaged wife. Which I'm gonna call her that now. So once we get that context in here, you can see why the ogres wanted to do the deed with him because of strong child. I'm using that too often. Man, it's bad. It's messed up. It's really messed up to me that they would still do this on account of the many times he's telling them, like, hey, I'm engaged. You can't do the deed with me. I'm not letting you seduce me. But they don't care. They're just like teasing him. They know. Wait, does he? No, he doesn't want it. But they're like, oh, but you. Jesus, I can't even mention this. Oh, but your undergarments mentioned otherwise. But I'm like, no, that doesn't mean. I'm not gonna curse. I will only refrain by using. If there was a Japanese word for the S word, I would say that. Dang it, JoJo. Anyways, I might as well tell you. So there's this line that I guess one of them say in episode 2. Something about I don't know. A relationship born of convenience and devoid of affections is more than adequate. So devoid, from what I've looked up, is lack of, I guess, which I'm willing to say is lack to replace it. And I had to look up adequate just to be sure, but it means satisfaction. So, and before Peter says, hey, I'm engaged now, that means you can't do anything with me. They don't care and say, that's no risk to our what's that thing? What's that word called? Let's just say goal, because I forgot the C word that they said. Consequence? Yes, I don't know. But after rewatching it again, I was blabbing to the TV, on this bed right here. I was blabbing out saying, well, you see why it's a risk for him, right? He could get killed. He could die. He could go to jail. I don't know how, but he could die. In fact, I'm kind of predicting how the ending would go for this series. If not, how sad it would be. I want to make my point clear on how I think about this as a harem in the end of this video if I get to the end, but let's just leave it at that. Okay. Got my pocket. But it just really ticks me off that despite him being engaged, they don't care. In fact, if the show, I don't really know what would make sense to them trying to do this. Like if they gave him a better blackmail thing. Wait, how do you use blackmail as like a noun? Sorry. If they gave him a better blackmail and told him, if you don't do the deal with us more, we'll make this whole thing public. Like, you know, about him you get the point. Because that's actually, and don't worry, blackmail is in the next 2 episodes that I'm gonna talk about. I'm basically summing up the things these girls do to get it with him at the end in the episodes, I guess. Yes. I think it was upsetting to me at the first episode, so not really as much. I'm like, okay. But every time, I'm still scared because Lovelia Senpai is at the door or near them or about to walk in. Actually, she was the one person that knocked on the door. Other than that homie he had, somewhat, so-called homie, I meant to say. Once again, explain it later, if I will get to that. I gotta forget because I don't care. But I forgot what my point was. I want to say that every episode ends with him getting it with the monster girl, but that's not the case since episode 3 was on a cliffhanger, so I had to wait like 4 days to get to that. Also, I'm gonna get my drink. Great, now I'm gonna be pretty spit. Okay. Did I get my point? Did I get my point across? How they try to get it? It's messed up. I guess so. So with that being if you thought them getting it with him just for children is messed up, how about we go to somebody who doesn't even explain the specifics on why he needs his... Yeah. Because the funny thing about this show is that they just say, hey, we need your, Did they say jeans? I don't think they said jeans. They could have just said that. Basically, they just said they needed his jeans for their children. So, children. I was gonna say, the deed wasn't even in question. All they wanted was, you get the, it's messed up, doesn't make sense, but they will not, they basically will not listen. Only they have those chicks in Interspecies Reviews. Maybe they did and I didn't notice. But, yeah, yeah, that's like, I'm sorry for pausing. It's just hard to think about this. But yeah, that still applies. I want to get this off my chest because I'm gonna go heavy on this next girl. I said I was gonna tease this video for the next girl that was coming up in the next episode, which is 5, I believe, and he's meeting an orc, which is the 4th girl in the opening, so that means it's gonna go down, I guess. I don't know. I was gonna save this video until I saw her so I could give my whole opinion on all these girls. But I'm doing it now because the 3rd one really ticks me off. If I could say piss, I'm gonna just do that. Anyway, I might slip up. But seriously, this next one is under my skin and it makes so much no more sense. Like I just said, I don't make sense. So this next girl, I think her name was Vegan? Yeah, Vegan, because we all know we want to call her the following thing. Thought. Be gone, fuck! Yeah, I said that now. I am ashamed of how grown up this channel has become. So, anyway, I'm not gonna call it that again. It's true though. I have no other reason to call her that. No, I have reasons to call her that. But I have no non-unreasons to not call her that. I'm not making sense. Let me just explain before I lose it. So, I guess... So, she pops into Peter, explaining the background of her race and how they're weak, they're not made for military combat, and how they're ridiculed. It showed ogre, so I'm like, oh hey, aren't the two ogre girls part of this? So what if she? Nah, I don't want to know. I said that they might have contact with them, which would be funny. Oh my god! Oh my god! I thought of something funny because of this. So anyway, she basically explains the background, how they're not made for military combat, and their weak race. And somehow that connects to going to him for his genes. Or his... I don't want to say any sort of word that may represent for what the following I'm going to... what you would make me take it of. You want his... power pellets. Did we say that, I guess? Power pellets? So, I don't even know. So somehow... telling everything that she said is related to going to him for his power pellets. And that's my thing. It's not specific, and it doesn't connect to why she wants it. At least the ogres were clear and straight on why they wanted to do it with him. Because children. Vegan doesn't connect the dots and doesn't really say why she does want the thing. She basically goes on about this and states how she's the one, or she volunteers as tribute to be the one to get his power pellets. I feel like saying that now is just gonna be more obvious to not what I'm trying to get at. But hey, what not? Nah. And the more I look at her, the more it doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you trying to do this? What is this gonna accomplish? How does oh god. Sorry. I have nothing against demi-human girls. I should have probably explained that now. In fact, my favorite, obviously, are net girls, but then there's Raptalia. Demi-human equal whites, I guess. Watch Shield Hero, anyway. But it's just, how is this gonna help your country? I could say, should I say country or race? Because I keep saying country because that's a different part of the world. I want to say Elven Empire. That's a thing, right? I want to use that. Though I'm just questioning how this is gonna accomplish anything, because at least I'm trying to connect the dots and say, so what if you get powerful pellets from the strongest man in the world, your race becomes powerful by default or something? Because if you're losing like magics or something, I can understand. I get that, but why you need him? Why you need his power pellets? What is that gonna do to your race of elves? I mean, at the very least, you can make a potion with it, which will still be gross. And I guess do that to heal, to make your race powerful, I guess. I don't even know. But what's actually funny is that she never mentions the fact that, oh, I picked you because you're the strongest man in the world. And yes, the ogres were specific on that. She's not. She explains the background, stated that in some case, getting his genes is able to save her race. And I'm like, how exactly? You're not specific. Before my brain blows up any cells, Peter declines because he already has because he has Lavilia Senpai, Actress One's love. But the elf goes crazy saying, how could you not be heated by my body? Because, fun fact, they were basically not wearing during the entirety of the episode. And I think what's actually funny is that Peter asks, what the heck does he ask again? He asked the following, and I quote, why are these demi-human types completely incapable of considering my point of view? I think he said also, is breeding the only thing they care about? I feel like I was specific on that. But I'm guessing since I'm like a teenager, I can't really say here. I think because I got that word now, I feel like I'm using the word. The ogres want him to breed them. That's fine, okay, I guess. Yeah, so he declines, elf goes crazy, and does the worst thing she could do to a male. The worst magical thing that can happen to a male. She does a spell that doesn't come into effect until the next episode. And after saving his beloved from a tentacle monster, yes, you heard me right, ladies and gentlemen, they're bringing it back. Back when that was this thing in a tie. Off-brand. I gotta stop saying that. But yeah, after saving the beloved from the perverted monster, he, I guess they both head into the hot springs, but she doesn't come in until later. But afterwards, he's thinking about why is his. I like how anime does this now. Why is his. Wait. Why? He's thinking about why is his elephant shrunk up for some reason. Which I really wish to believe that it was because of the following. Lavilia might have got her clothes ripped from the monster, and it was a certain common area that most anime girls get their clothes ripped off. If you've seen Sakurai, you probably know what I'm talking about. Because I know I sure am. I really wish it was just that, and the thought of that kept it up for the entire day until he got to the hot springs. And heck, I would have thought it was just the hot springs, but I've never been to the hot springs, so I shouldn't say that as a guess. But no, it related to the elf who comes in and says, "Yeah, I put a forbidden spell on you. You know what it is? I came up with this phrase myself because I will not use the original thing." Because I feel like because you can say the other E word. It's eternal, but the other word is also E. But I'd rather say this. The forbidden spell, what I like to call it is the infinite elephant. Basically meaning his crotch is gonna be up and it's gonna be up till he dies, or something like that. Like that. And then it wasn't until a couple of scenes later where it implied that his trunk was gonna explode. So it was like, oh god, it's gonna blow up. Because once again, Vegan was not specific on why, or she was just using words that didn't make sense to me. I think she stated the fact that it would blow up and he wouldn't be able to, and he would have the inability to breathe for the rest of his life. So yeah, that's terrible. But then it is more. So actually, the blackmail part isn't there yet. There is one way he can stop this though, and my god, is it just an excuse? It's not only blackmail, it's a freaking excuse. Because at this point, I refuse to believe it has anything to do with protecting her race. Because as far as I know, the ogres and her never get back to him with the knowledge of, them having the baby, or using his thing to cure the race or whatever. I have no idea what the elven problem is. But they never get back to him that. It's like a helpful person. It's like they're asking this person for help, but they never return him the favor or ensure him that his help was needed or, I guess, sufficed or completed. Problem solved. Yeah, exactly. So what does she do to break the forbidden spell? Oh, this is a funny excuse right here. The only way for that curse to be broken, because yeah, we all know, we as men know that would be a curse on us. How do I put this gently? He has to stick it in a glazed donut, specifically hers. And I'm willing to bet 100% she put the spell on it that would make it stop the second she made that statement. You see why I'm mad now? No, I just don't. As much as she doesn't make any sense and not really specific, she's literally going out of her way just to blackmail this guy to get it with her. And later on, yes, Lovelia Senpai comes in the hot springs next to him, stating something about a legend of how, okay, you wanna know how pure Lovelia is? Let me tell you, she thinks that when a man and woman love each other, don't worry, I'm not going there. They pray to the heavens and a stork gets the baby. And here I was thinking, where does the stork get into the question? Like, do the parents ask for the baby? If I was still young, I would ask that question. And I've seen that movie Storks. Worse, but yes. Yeah, seriously, that's what she thinks. She is pure. She is purer than any other chick I've seen in the show so far. Yeah, she definitely is. Definitely is. So when she gets into the hot springs, it is said that the hot springs she was sitting in, I guess, would guarantee them having a child, I guess. We get a stork and stuff. And believe it or not, that was Peter's chance. That was his chance to be more close to his engaged wife than holding hands. And the father is flipping crazy to not let them go in any way possible. Like, he's already brainwashed his daughter to think of that statement, I guess. I mean, as fun and interesting as her description on childbirth is, it's still messed up that the dad told her this. But what's more messed up is that he's willing to kill the guy, you know, the guy she's engaged with, Peter Goods. I cannot call him that. That if I could just explain the father for a few tidbits, he's messed up. I don't know. No, I think Lovelia made a statement that he would be down for her to be married to anybody, especially the strongest man on earth, which Peter is, but I'm guessing he hated him for a long time and didn't expect him to be the strongest man. So he's really mad about this. And then Lovelia, after, you know, seeing her father act untraditional, let's just say, seeing him act so violently, she straight up threatened to leave him, and that breaks his heart because apparently, I'm willing to say, this guy has a daughter fetish. Yeah, daughter fetish, because funny story, Peter almost mucked up and had the two ogres under the table when he was pantsless. Yeah, it was. Don't worry, Don't worry, the ogres didn't start anything while he was talking. Okay. The dad got upset with him because he didn't want to move the chair, which for obvious reasons he couldn't. But then Lovelia stood up to him, and when she grabbed her dad's arm to stop, he had this sort of flashback to when her daughter said, "When I grow up, I'm going to marry you." I'm like, okay, I know she's a child, but you didn't take that seriously, did you? I'm like, dude, why? I know dang well she would not marry her own dad. Especially because of how you act towards Peter. What's wrong with you? But he does go AWOL and, you know, stuff happens. But back to the hot springs though. Though obviously the dad's bad. He's not. I think he said one point like trying to devour my daughter using your empty words. I'm like, bruh, he's more, bro, he's far from empty as far as any other girl is concerned. In fact, he's gonna be empty soon anyway. Like, I'm just so upset about him. I don't know. But yeah, dad's an awful person. I could say that. Even his homie, like I said before, thinks he's cheating on her, which isn't the case. He's engaged. And even before that, he was dating her. I guess they're still dating now because they're not really married yet, but they're still engaged. You know why I'm mad about the ogres taking advantage of him, an engaged man. But the guy just thinks, wow, cheating on him? The guy has balls of steel, which was a poor choice of words in that episode. But still, no sympathy. How dare you take it for what it looks like and don't even talk to your homeboy about that? Why am I screaming? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm exclaiming, not screaming. I'm gonna burn my head. I'm gonna burn my head by the end of this video. So wait, back to the hot spring scene. Once again, that was Peter's chance to be with his engaged wife. And even though his trunk was up, which would be very uncomfortable, but as far as I know, hey, risk it for the biscuit. And I don't literally mean the biscuit. Wait, no, that's what I meant. Dude, it's a small price to pay for salvation, okay? As Thanos says. I use this term all the time when it comes to stuff like this. Sure, he may lose his dignity and inabilities, but as long as we go with the legend, it should be fine, right? They could still have a kid. I'm willing to believe that as much as I believed in the other belief I had before, but no. He cannot afford to do that, and keep in mind, while he's being pressured on going to her or not, excuse me, Vegan Elf is just smirking, thinking, he's engaged. This is somehow better. Like, what the And you would think the righteous man would do the right thing and risk it for the biscuit. That can either be dirty or not. I don't care. But it wasn't the case for old man Peter Quill. He couldn't do it because I want to be mad at him for a second for saying this, but he gives up. He just pleads and stuff. Basically saying how it doesn't count as cheating, but I'm like, bro, aren't you engaged? You're engaged. It still counts. And if you're not gonna say you're engaged, then you're still dating. So it still counts as cheating. You'll probably know what I'm talking about. But after realizing how he's not gonna be able to have, after realizing the inability he might have for years, and his power pellet will explode, he just weeps and begs and pleads for her to relieve the curse. And she's just sitting there like, I can't hear you. I'm like, I hope you're happy. I want to take a deep breath and explain what I said to Vegan Elf. I might come off as rude, but let it be said, I have no sympathy for people that just do other people dirty. And that can mean anything you want. I don't care. So, what did I say to her? Oh yeah. I hope you're happy. You made this man plead and cried for what? You don't even know why he's giving you the power pillars. Or if you do, then you're not telling me anything. You see this man's engaged. You see that he's dating, but yet you don't care, and you're more strict than the ogres. At least the ogres are stupid. You just blackmail him. I can't really exclaim right now. I'm dead. I'm dead in my brain. All I really have to say is, did I flip off in this video? Sorry, if I did, I don't know. All I'm saying is, Fluffy, you elven girl. You did this man dirty. He's engaged, and you choose to freaking, well, freak him. For what reason? You're not specific on why you want his why you want his giblets, or his power pals anyway. Anyway, it's not even a care to you that he's engaged, and he could have spent time with her. But you're like, what's more important, your engaged wife or your dignity? A better man would choose his freaking wife. That let out. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's how pissed I am. A better man would choose his own wife than a dignity, I guess. But I guess. I don't know. Let me do that. And that's the irony of this show. You know why? This guy is said to be the strongest man in the world, right? Like, he's strong to take down any monster, especially the one that violated Lilia. Big, tall, giant, tentacle, mouth-having monster. And, don't ask why I have the net in my head. I just need to keep my anger in check. Like butterflies in my stomach. But yeah, he can take down every monster. But the irony of this is, he does not have the strength to, I guess, resist these girls' seduction. Well, the ogres anyway. The elves just blackmailed him. And he quote unquote had no choice. Thought it was fine because it didn't count as cheating. But it's still messed up. I do like the irony of how that it is. If that's what it was going for, then I'm glad. I'm willing to bet that's what it was going for. But still, that doesn't change the fact it's messed up. And that's kind of funny to say, given I've seen Rent a Girlfriend. Girlfriend. Just the title alone has to sound wrong because, as far as I know, and I'm probably gonna slip up what I'm trying to say just by saying a couple of words. So here's a warning, though. It's basically a service with actual girls that date guys who may be depressed that they got broken up with their last girlfriend or not getting one at all, and they just treat this as a job. Like, they have a girlfriend act after seeing a couple of episodes, or an episode in like a quarter, but that's just messed up to me because it's like, are you genuine about their feelings on why, they're like this, or asking to date y'all, or it's just your sister act that you don't care, that you just care then, but don't care about it now. And yes, they make money off of it, so it sounds more wrong than it has to be, than it needs to be. And yeah, it is dirty, because that's kind of the funny part. I think I remember the grandma asking in the first episode, Did you start having... That was probably the funniest part there. But given where credit's due, the animation looks really good, and I think that's all I have to say about it. I'm sorry. I can see people like getting into it and stuff. In fact, there's actually a little reason why I want to keep watching it, because I've seen a trailer for it, and I did a reaction on the channel, but I've seen a trailer for it, and I already was upset about the title itself. In fact, maybe I'll talk about it when I catch up. But yeah, I thought that was more messed up. But the fact that these girls take advantage of him and his dignity, despite the fact that he's engaged, it just shows how much lack of care that they have. And it shows how much lack of care that I have to even remember the names. Yeah, I know the elf is vegan, I know the small ogre is Mimi, but guess what? I don't know the bigger one. I don't know the tall sister one, because Mimi has only called her Oni-chan. But yeah, that's how it is. That is the show. It's my opinion. I'm not ending it yet because I still have some explaining to do. So, my final thoughts about this show, or what to say about it. I think I already stressed it enough. It's messed up. it's kind of a weird. There's more irony to the show than it is. It's not just the show itself, but the fact that I'm still watching it. I thought Rent a Girlfriend was more messed up, which is why I never saw the other episodes. But I keep watching this because the weirdest thing is the episodes are really short, and I'm like, why are the episodes short? If I would give this show credit and say it's so good, I would be questioning the episode length. But because it's messed up, I'm willing to not shatter any brain cells on holy crapity of messed uppy. I'm sorry. But it's just... I don't know what this could be a good... Sorry. I don't know what that'd be a good example for. But all I know is that I think after this video, I may just watch Rent a Girlfriend. Because at this point, it can't be as worse as this. At least it's longer and has messed uppy. But I don't even know what to say. But it's just, at the end of the day, hearing that ending, which is really catchy of the show, it just makes me feel sorry for him because, you know, he's engaged and they don't care. They just take advantage of him and just, they have their, it's like, yeah, people have their needs, they have their needs, and it doesn't hurt to show compassion, I guess. But forget compassion, he never wanted to do it anyway. Wait, I can't stop saying they took advantage of him, which was wrong. And it's just, it really just ticks me off, especially the Elven girl, because she's not specific. Unless she gives me the specifics and say, well, you are the strongest man in the world, so maybe that will help my country some way. And if she explains the reason for that, I may have some recovered brain cells, which I'm starting to say now because I feel like I'm losing them. But it's just not okay. Every end of the episode just shows Peter at his grave moment. He knows he made a grave mistake to do the deed with girls he doesn't even like and are just using him. Especially when he's engaged. I can't let go of that fact. It's just cruel. It's just cruel, man. And once again, the ending is catchy, but just seeing the mistakes he made, and just the look on his face shows how really not into them. It just shows how he doesn't want to do it in the first place, and you can't help but feel sorry for doing this. I guess some of y'all who just like the girls anyway. If some of y'all like the elf girl, then I won't care, but I may ask why, because I have my own opinion. And I'm like, that chick is messed up. She blackmailed the guy. I don't want to go screaming again, but yeah. I wanted to get my opinions out now, because I couldn't hold them in for 5 days. And heck, I might just post this without editing if it still makes sense to y'all. But yeah, I don't know, man. Don't get me wrong, it's not tearing me up or anything. It almost did. It's just why I don't like them for doing this. I hate all of them. I'm sorry. You don't do my man Peter like this. And yes, I am aware that the next episode is gonna have the orc, which is Monster Pig, I believe. And she looks like she kind of has some sympathy. Which is why when I see the episode she's in, if not, I have to see two more, next one after that, then I may state my opinions about her. Because if she's as worse as the other girls, it's worth talking about, to say the least, I guess. But if she isn't, I'm just gonna keep that to myself and focus on something else. But I mean, just don't give me a stupid excuse or reason for why you want to mate with him. Because so far we've had stupidity, unspecifics, and I just don't want to see my man Peter go down the hole that it's more deeper than the ones he's already have been. I know that was a dirty innuendo. I'm sticking with it because I don't care at this point. If you don't get it, grace to you. But I knew I was gonna get burned out at the end of this video. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my lovely little rant on Philosopher's Time. I'm just gonna say that for short. Short, but no lies though. I really like watching this series because I can see some humor into it, and I like the story. I guess I'm just intrigued to see what happens. I was gonna explain why I thought the ending could be, but maybe I'll say that for another video because I don't want to think about the ending to what this show has already seemed to become. And I really do recommend it. It's new and edgy for fans, I guess. It's lewd, but it's okay. I like it. It's okay. It's a very intriguing show, and the fact that it has short episodes really just keeps me intrigued in watching it. It makes me question why is it short? Because you know many other animes take their runtime to 22 minutes, and that can be full of lewdness everywhere if you cared, if you wanted to. I'm sorry. I know those great animators take their precious time to develop the curves and the straight lines of all the anime waifus you see before you. That's why I have this slogan. If the animation is good, expect the fan service to be. There's a very good specifics on how you can tell if, you know, from the designs of the characters, there's gonna be fan service, and I can tell. Maybe it's the faces, how short they are, and you know, from other things, but yeah, I can just tell at this point. Because I have 20/20 vision on anime now. I can say that now. Because, gosh, it all started when I was 15. Wait, I'm 16 now. So, 14? God, it's been a long time since I was 15. And I thought I was 15 forever at that time. A lot of things happened. Yeah. But yeah, that's just it. Yeah, you know, give it a shot. There's other animes you can try out there. I don't care, and I think I'm well aware of that one surprise anime that came around. But yeah, just give it a shot. I recommend it. As much as I gave it grief of obsession or whatnot, I still think it's a show worth to watch. Watch. I just can't wait for the next 2 episodes. So I'm gonna say this again. Again, subscribe to join the newly named Weeb Nation. Hit the bell and I gotta get used to saying this now. Subscribe to join the Weeb Nation. Hit the bell and the like button on your way out. And I will see you guys next time. Weeb 19's out. Peace.